The Chicago Bears were linked to Carson Wentz. As Jay Glazer reported, they never actually made an offer. They did some homework. But look, if the guy doesn't want to play for you, why do you want him? That was my big takeaway throughout the past week and a half when it dawned on me Carson Wentz should not want to play for the Chicago Bears. So what will the Bears do now that they haven't made an offer for Carson Wentz? And Charean, I want to run something by you that I've been kicking around, and it kind of hit me like a thunderbolt. Alex Smith makes the most sense in my mind for the Chicago Bears right now. He's got the history with Matt Nagy. He knows the offense. Hell, the guy knows every offense at this point in his career, and given all the coordinators he's worked with. But Smith was good in Kansas City. He wasn't great. He didn't take them to the Super Bowl. They needed Patrick Mahomes to do that. But when you consider where the Bears are and where they are trying to stay, playoff contender, playoff team, keep people employed, Alex Smith, to me, is the perfect bridge to whatever comes next. Because I look around, there's nobody else that makes me think that guy makes the Bears a playoff contender this year, other than Mitchell Trubisky, if they can keep doing what they did last year. And we know the fans aren't going to be thrilled with Trubisky. I think the fans in Chicago would at least be intrigued by the possibility of Alex Smith being plugged into an offense that he knows well and that he performed well in during his time with the Chiefs.
I had not even thought of Alex Smith, but it does make perfect sense for him to go there because he does know that offense has success in it. Question is, does he still want to play? And it does sound like in his interviews, and he's given multiple interviews since the season ended, that he does want to continue his career. It just sounds like it's not going to be in Washington. So that does make sense. The guy I thought of, Mike, was Teddy Bridgewater. And you go, well, okay, he didn't have a great year. Do you realize, and I didn't realize this until today, his 3,733 passing yards would rank third in Bears history single season. They've never had a guy pass for 4,000 yards in their entire history. Eric Kramer owns a record with 38-38 in 1995. That's amazing to me. I mean, I knew they hadn't had the Pro Bowl and all-pro quarterbacks that we talk about, and that's been one of that franchise's big problems. They've got to find that guy. And whether it's a bridge guy like Alex Smith, or maybe if they believe in Teddy Bridgewater to come in and maybe the long-term option, whatever. But they have got to settle that quarterback position to have long-term sustained success in Chicago if that's going to happen.
I'd want to go back and do full research on how he performed in cold and wind and elements during his time with the Vikings, when they played the Bears, when they played the Packers. But the last time we saw him as the Vikings starter, because he eventually made an appearance as a backup during the 2017 season. But to cap the 2015 season, it was outdoors, it was in the elements, it was cold, and he drove the Vikings down the field to put them in position to win the game. And then came Blair Walsh, who went wide left with the field goal, the 27-yarder. So Bridgewater, at least with the season on the line, was able to move the ball in the cold. It wasn't necessarily windy, and it was a clear day, but it was at least cold. So look, they could do a lot worse than Teddy Bridgewater. I think he's still underrated, and the way the Panthers have just kind of shoved him to the side has reinforced this belief that he's not really all that good. I thought he played better in his first season as the unquestioned starter since 2015 than we could have expected. So that is a possibility for the Chicago Bears. They don't have many, though, that will put them in playoff contention.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.